Welcome, foolish mortals.
Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim, and this is the Dollar Tree Theater. Today I'm doing a review for a movie called The Scientist. This is a 2020 film. It's 1 hour and 33 minutes, and it only has a 2.8 star rating on IMDb. So you may be asking yourself, why would you watch a movie that's rated so low? And I am also asking myself, why would I watch a movie that was rated so low? Watch the trailer and come back. We're going to talk a little bit about this movie called The Scientist. All right, so The Scientist, if you want to watch this, even after you hear this review, you can find it everywhere for free. Tubi, Freevee, Fossum, Horror, Vudu, Plex. It's everywhere for free. There's a reason why it's free. It's horrible. It's horrible. I don't know that I've started off a video review stating that a movie was horrible right at the start. Like, if this video only trends like a 30-second view duration, I would be glad somebody spent 30 seconds watching me talk about this movie. I do have a positive, though. I have two positives for the hour and 33 minutes. The very, very first thing I noticed was the audio was awesome. Excellent quality for the audio. I wish the acting and the story would have been as good as the audio. But I was pleasantly surprised with the audio. I know. It's the little things. It's the little things. The lead actor is Rob Hedspeth. And he really hasn't done a whole lot of stuff other than like some short movies and some TV series. I would recommend maybe that he stick to that. I'm not trying to be like a dick, but I don't think that he was a strong enough actor to carry this movie. The director and writer was Derek Granado. And yeah, so the basic story is this lead actor, Rob Hudspeth, is dealing with a very ill, terminally ill wife. And he happens to work in a lab, so he's trying to find a cure. And the opening sequence of the movie actually kind of demonstrates that a little bit. And that's, again, I've said this before about bad movies or very low budget movies. They tend to have these good opening sequences and then opening credits or ending credits. And this is another case of that. So they have a daughter. He hires a nurse to come and stay with the wife while he's at the lab. He begins stealing from the lab blood, DNA samples, equipment, so that he can set up like a little garage lab. He is really obsessed with trying to find a cure. He does animal testing first, and then obviously he needs to amp up his testing, so he's looking for humans. He tries to get a homeless guy who appears throughout the first part of the movie a couple of times. He's unsuccessful at that, so he goes to a bar and he's able to pick up this very attractive young lady, which you gotta, I guess, suspend your belief system sometimes. And so he is successful with getting her, but his testing doesn't work out. Then of course there's the nurse. As soon as the nurse is introduced, she's going to be a goner. She has some successful testing. They do a pretty decent job with the makeup and the eyes for her. She's a better actress at playing a zombie than she was at playing the nurse. I hate that. I hate sounding like a dick and being like bashing on people that are being paid to act, because I probably can't act. So, but I lost my place here. Oh, you know what else was kind of annoying in the movie was, but I get it. I get why it's in the movie, but for me personally, it didn't need to be, was like the little sprinkling of God stuff. Like he's warned from a coworker, you're not a God. And the homeless guy at one point is holding up a Revelations, whatever sign. And, I get it because they're trying to draw the comparison to him and Dr. Frankenstein. It doesn't work for me. Speaking of the girl that he picked up at the bar, after he unsuccessfully tries to test on her and he goes to sleep, he does have a pretty decent dream sequence. It's one of the better parts of the movie, but she's in bed next to him and she rolls over and her face is kind of decayed and everything, but the makeup was at first glance good, but then when they changed their angle, you could see right up in past the makeup mouthpiece to her actual teeth. So that was such a distraction that it was just not good. So yeah, this is a horror movie, but it's so slow. It's painful. The dialogue was painful. The acting wasn't like so bad, and the quality of the filming wasn't bad, and the audio is great. The lead, again, like I said, I don't think that he was strong enough for this story to carry it. The wife was good. The daughter was good. But the wife is playing a terminally ill person, and the daughter is just a kid. So, but it was overall pretty awful. The ending was the best part, and not because it was the ending that had something to do with it, but through all of the story, he finally gets uncovered at work for having stolen all this other stuff, and his coworker goes missing, and there's the security footage, and there's the Texas Rangers and the police and whatever, and so he rushes home. The wife in the meantime got curious and went out to the garage, and then this and that happens, and so it really does a good job at the end of hinting at that this is the beginning of a zombie apocalypse. So that part I like. I wish there would have been more of that midway through the movie, or even sooner, to go for 1 hour and 30 minutes to get that 3 minutes of zombie breakout thread was too much. They do a good closing sequence. The daughter comes down the stairs and she sees the dad's dead and the zombie mom and all this stuff, and then they do a really cool, they must have had what do they call those, hover thing whatever, you know what I'm talking about. They do that wide pan out shot, and they show that the city's not too far off into the distance, so you're led to believe that that's where the zombie bomb is now headed, and it's going to be the end of the world as we know it. And gosh, a zombie apocalypse right now would just be so fun. That's really all I have to say about that. But I do not recommend The Scientist, but then again, it is all over the streaming services for free. So if you're feeling like wasting 1 hour and 33 minutes, this is the movie for you.
I would like to thank all the little people who work so hard to make this picture a success. I would like to thank them, but I really can't because I did it all myself.